If you ever come to my little sewing corner at the edge of town, you will hear 3 sounds before you see me. The hum of my sewing machine, the sharp snip of scissors cutting fabric, and my voice either singing softly or bargaining loudly with a customer who wants a miracle dress in 2 days. My name is Sandra Diallo. I'm 28 years old, and I'm a seamstress here in Conakry, Guinea. Every day, I sit behind my sewing machine, measuring, cutting, stitching. I make dresses for weddings, for church, for naming ceremonies. I turn flat fabric into something that fits a woman's body and makes her feel beautiful. People say a seamstress knows how to shape things. But what I didn't realize is that someone was slowly trying to shape me. I met Mamadou Ba on a crowded bus, one hot afternoon. I remember that day clearly because I was carrying new wax prints I had bought from the market. The bus driver braked suddenly, and I almost fell forward. A hand caught my arm. "Be careful," he said. I looked up. He was slim, serious looking, calm. "Thank you," I told him. He noticed the fabrics. "You sew?" "Yes," I said proudly. "I'm a seamstress." He nodded, like he approved of that. Before I got off the bus, he asked for my number. I hesitated for a second, then I gave it to him. That night, he called, "Good evening, Sandra. This is Mamadou," from the bus. And that was how it began. At first, it felt sweet. He called every day. Morning greetings, night check-ins. He asked about my shop, my customers, whether I had eaten. His voice was steady, mature. He was 35, divorced, with 2 children, Mariama and Ibrahima, both living with him. "I don't waste time," he told me one night. "If I speak to a woman, it's because I see marriage. Marriage." At 28 in Guinea, that word is heavy. It carries expectations. Your aunties ask. Your neighbors whisper. Your mother prays. He said, "I'm ready to settle." And I won't lie, it felt good to be chosen by a man who sounded serious. I told my mother, Mama Hawa, one Sunday while we were washing rice in the courtyard. "He's 35, I said. "He has 2 children. She paused and looked at me carefully. "And how does he treat you, Sandra?" "He's responsible, traditional, spiritual." She wiped her hands slowly and said, "Traditional is good, but make sure traditional does not mean controlling." I laughed. I thought she was worrying too much. The first time things shifted was small. So small, I almost ignored it. "I saw your WhatsApp picture," he said one evening. "Yes, that dress is above your knees." I smiled. "And I don't like it." I thought he was joking. He wasn't. "If you are going to be my wife, no clothes above your knees. No trousers, no sleeveless tops, no makeup, no pedicures." I sat there in my shop, surrounded by beautiful dresses I had made. Some fitted, some modern, some bold. "Mamadou," I said gently, "this is how I dress. A married woman must be modest. I am modest, not like that." That was the first time I felt something tighten inside me. Weeks later, I visited his home. His daughter, Mariama, ran to the door. "Are you Sandra?" she asked, smiling. "Yes, Daddy talks about you." I fixed a small tear in her dress with a needle from my bag. Her eyes lit up like I had performed magic. His son, Ibrahima, watched quietly but warmly. Later, when the children were playing outside, Mamadou looked at me and said, "You would make a good mother." My heart softened. "But you must change certain habits." There it was again. "What habits?" I asked, even though I knew your dressing. "A stepmother must be an example." I felt my warmth fade. "I am already an example." He shook his head slightly. "Not in that way." I started noticing a pattern. Every time he imagined our future, I was different in it. One afternoon, after church, I told my friends Fatou and Aminata everything. He said, "No trousers." Fatou nearly shouted, "And no makeup," Aminata added. I nodded. Fatou looked at me seriously. "Respect is not erasing yourself, Sandra." That sentence stayed with me. One night, after another conversation about my presentation, I stood in front of my mirror. I was wearing one of my favorite black fitted dresses. My makeup was soft and natural. I looked strong, feminine, confident. My phone buzzed. Remember what we discussed? I stared at myself. If I marry him, this version of me disappears. I had already imagined adjusting myself in small ways to make him comfortable. Now I realized I would adjust in bigger ways, in personality, in expression, in freedom. And suddenly, I asked myself something I had been avoiding. If he loves me, why does he want to redesign me? The final conversation was calm but heavy. I care about you, Sandra, he said. I care about you too. Then why can't you make small sacrifices? They are not small to me. I want a wife who reflects my values, and I want a husband who accepts mine. There was a long silence. For the first time, I wasn't afraid of losing him. I was more afraid of losing myself. Today, I still wake up early. I still open my shop in Conakry. I still sew modern dresses. I still wear my natural makeup. I still laugh loudly with my friends. I still listen carefully when Mama Hawa speaks. Mama Duba is not a bad man. He is responsible. He loves his children. He wants marriage. But not every good man is your man. Some fabrics are beautiful, but they don't fit together. And I am a seamstress. I know when something will pull too tight at the seams. So I chose myself, and until the day I meet someone who looks at me fully, exactly as I am, and says, "Stay that way," I will remain Sandra Diallo, seamstress, daughter, woman of Guinea, and the only designer of my own life.